moonshine, alcohol smuggling, bootlegging, and hardcore racing. It's all there in our latest challenge on automation games. So let's go step by step and let's explore it and participate in it. So let's go and let's have fun. It all started in the US when the government issued a tax rule on all alcohol beverages, which of course led to confiscate every single possible drinks back then, which led to the homemade moonshine running or the moonshine making. And of course, being homemade, that means of course you need a very awesome way to distribute this illegal and homemade alcohol through the town or the city or whatever. And that of course led to the moonshine running movement, which basically started an amazing stories and amazing motorsport adventures in the US, in the United States of America. And in this challenge, we are going to create such amazing vehicles to commemorate this beautiful challenge from the olden days and to relive the excitement and the craziness that these people did back then. You know, a part of it, because we are not really going to to distribute alcohol, but it's gonna be absolutely fun. So as you can see, the moonshine runners used such amazing vehicles back then, like of course the famous Ford Coupe Model A. That was their weapon of choice. They hopped their engines with amazing carburation and amazing things to make them as awesome and as quick as possible. And of course, as you can see, some secret cabinets to hide the booze underneath the seats, and some light switches and some amazing upgrades for the suspension and brakes and things. It was awesome. As you can see, here's the Ford Model A. And of course, now we are going to go step by step together to explore the rules of this challenge if you want to participate for a chance to win the prize car, which is called the Fleetwood Coupe, which is a car that I designed personally and based on the Ford Model A, the 1940 Ford Model A. And now of course it's time to start with the rules. So my friend, as always, follow all the rules, make your amazing car according to these rules, and send your car to my Discord page before the deadline, and you are set to participate in this challenge. Alright, so let's start with the first and the most important rule in this challenge, which is of course the production year. So the production year is of course 1946, because this is the least that we can go in automation game. So no more, no less than that, 1946. Moving on with the body type. Well, you can use absolutely any body type option you want, sedan, coupe, pickup, whatever option you want. Moving on to the third rule, which is of course the quality sliders. Yes, my friends, the quality sliders are allowed. You can go plus, you can go minus, depends on your choice. Moving on with the next rule, which is the panels and chassis materials. Well, my friend, you can use absolutely any option you want. And then of course you have the engine placement. Also, you can use any engine placement you want. Suspension type, also any suspension type you want. And of course you have the engine type. Again, you can use absolutely any engine type you want. Yes, I tried to make the rules as easy as possible for you, so we can have some amazing creations. Really, there are no limits on materials and parts and engines, so I would really love to see some amazing things here. Moving on now, because right now we are in the engine department. You can use absolutely anything you want, but no race parts. Race parts are not allowed, my friends. You can't use any race parts. No race intake, no race exhaust system. Moving on with the fuel type, you can use leaded fuel only, regular leaded fuel only. That's your only option. The mufflers, you need at least one muffler to make your car legal, so you need at least one muffler. Moving on with the next bit, which is of course the drivetrain, you can use only rear wheel drive. No other option is allowed. The next option, the next tool, which is of course the differential, you can use absolutely any differential option you want. And it's true, because I've seen some amazing moonshine runners back then used some crazy differential options. It was the 40s and 50s and 30s, and they used some amazing things. So yes, you can do anything you want with the differential area. Moving on with the tires, you can use absolutely any tires, but of course no semi-slick tires, no slicks, no semi-slicks, but any other option you want, that's your own choice. Moving on with the brakes, you can use any brakes you want, but you can use any brake option you want, but please no racing brakes, because you have no ABS. If you go too crazy with the brakes, the wheels will lock up and your car basically will be undrivable. So make sure to tune your brakes to make your car drivable, not undrivable. So yes, make sure to tune your brakes well. Moving on with the next bit, which is of course aerodynamics. Yes, my friends, it's important because no aerodynamical options are allowed. Nothing. I don't want to see the front downforce and the rear downforce options active. They need to be unactive. Yes, because if any car has any active aerodynamics, it will get disqualified. Make sure your car has no aerodynamical features whatsoever. And of course, make sure your car never overheats, because if your car does overheat in BeamNG, it will get disqualified as well. Make sure your radiator actually works. Moving on with the next bit, which is the interior. You can use absolutely any interior option you want, any entertainment option you want, but you need to have at least 2 seats. Yes, my friends, 2 seats. That's your minimum limit. 2 seats at least. Moving on with the next step, which is of course safety options. You can use absolutely any option you want, but of course you need to have at least 20 safety points. At least 20 safety points, because we are not building death traps, we are building good cars. Moving on with the next bit, which is of course the suspension. Also, you can use any option you want here, but make sure your suspension is actually good, because as we all know, 1940s car and 50s and 30s, 3 decades of just boats. These cars were absolutely boaty in every single way. So make sure your car handles well on dirt and on tarmac, because yes, we'll be driving the cars on dirt, as you can see, and on tarmac as well. And make sure your car also has some good ground clearance, because of course the car will be loaded with booze. So make sure your car load capacity is actually good, not bad. Make sure your car load capacity is high, not low. This is very, very, very important. If your car has a warning light that says you can't put anything in the trunk because the load capacity is very low, the whole thing will get disqualified, even if it looks amazing, even if it's perfect. If any car has a warning light for the suspension load capacity, because it's low, the whole thing will get disqualified. Make sure your load capacity is good to hold the booze in the car, and make sure to put the actual booze in the car. That's very important. The next bit, which is of course engineering time, which is very, very important. Your limit here is only 100 max for the whole car. That's the engineering time only. I'm not talking about production units, no, only engineering time. Make sure your car has, at most, the maximum limit is 100 on the engineering time for the whole car. Alright, moving on with the fuel economy, also very important, because moonshiners used to drive on dirt roads and on very, very remote areas. So make sure your car actually does good MPG, which means your car needs to achieve at least 12 US mpg. This is your limit here. Your car needs to achieve at least 12 mpg to participate in this challenge. Moving on with the budget, your approximate price, or the total budget for the whole car, is no more than $17,000, 17 grand. That's your limit for the whole car. Moving on with the service cost, again, because it's a moonshine running car, that means it will break down a lot, suspension parts, tires and things. A lot of things will wear out quickly, which means they will be serviced always. So make sure your service cost is no more than $1,000, no more than $1,000. That's your limit, but $1,000 max. The next bit is of course the maximum weight. Your car needs to be no more than 1,300 kilos. You don't want to drive a truck. You don't want to drive a semi truck. No, you are driving a regular stock car, basically, that looks like any other car. So make sure your car is actually light, nimble, handles good, and actually quick. So your limit here is 1,300 kilos max, 1,300 kilos max. Any car heavier than that, it will get disqualified. Moving on with the next bit, which is of course the looks. This is extremely important. Number one, your car needs to look like a proper 1940s or 50s car, with chrome bits and extreme details and extreme beautiful tune on, of course, the exterior and the interior. Because yes, my friends, interior is required. You need to give a beautiful interior: seats, steering wheel, dashboard, and of course the most important thing is moonshine. Make sure to give me some beautiful moonshine crates in the trunk, in the passenger seat, whatever, anywhere you want. Just make sure to have some moonshine in the car, so it can actually be a Moonshine Running car. And that's pretty much it, my friends. These are basically all the rules. Yep, these are basically all the rules. Very simple, very sweet, very, very awesome. So follow them, make sure your car follow all the rules, don't break them, and you are set, my friend. And of course, don't forget to submit your car before the deadline. And because, of course, as always, you have a full week to submit your car on my Discord, which means, of course, the deadline of this challenge is, of course, the 10th of September, 6 p.m. plus 3 GMT time, because that's my local time. Make sure to click the link in the description below, and of course to submit your .car file before the deadline, and you are set and ready to go, my friend. The judging of all the cars will be done, of course, by me, and of course by the VIP members on my Discord page. We'll be, of course, doing a broadcast, and I'll be, of course, inviting them to help me judge all the cars that I will be receiving on their looks, on their performance, and on their basically on their numbers and figures on paper, so we can export the top 20 cars to beamng.drive and drive them and make sure they are absolutely awesome to pick the winner for the best Moonshine Running car. And the winner, of course, will get the keys of the beautiful Fleetwood coupe for his BeamNG.drive to enjoy it and drive it and to do whatever he wants to do with it. So of course, that's pretty much it, my friends. Tell me what you think about this challenge in the comment section below. If you have any question, you can ask me directly on my Discord or in the comments below. And of course, good luck to all. I really cannot wait to see what you guys will be doing. And of course, the testing will be absolutely sweet because it will be a police run. I've already made a police car and it will be absolutely awesome. So stay tuned for that as well after 1 week, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much to all my Patreon subscribers for supporting me, for helping me do amazing things for you guys. Really, thank you so much from all of my heart. I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now, my friends.